Well, guys, got some exciting news. A little surprise for y'all. My baby right here, OF250. There's the machine I should be running, but it's down. So here's the machine I will be running today. Komatsu 71pxi. Let's get all set up here. So, we are doing a little bit of slot dozing today. We're on this site with that we got to cut it down about three or so feet, and this site is just full of junk. Just concrete, rubble, and just rebar, and I don't know, just all types of freaking junk, dude. So it's kind of been a nightmare to slot doze it, because every time you got a good push going, you get hung up on some rebar or a chunk of concrete, and you guys are gonna see. Oh, and we got the old Komatsu TopCon going here. So we're using a little GPS. I'm only using the GPS obviously when I get close down to the grade, you know, but so that's the elevation we want to be at right here, you know, and this is my first slot I did. I probably did it a little bit too far from the previous cut, but that's okay, you know, I'll come back in here. So this will be my final pass, put the automatics on for this, and then we'll hop on over and make our next slot cut. See, look at this giant freaking piece of rebar right here. Just, I don't have a grill on this machine either, so it's gotta be careful. I don't have that come back and slap me in the face. Periodically too, I have to come off from doing this to go build a ramp for the off-road trucks over there that are taking the material the excavator's cutting over there, transferring it over. All right. So time to start a new cut, and I'm going to show you my technique for slot dozing. Generally speaking, you want to start kind of towards where you want your pile to end up at, and then work your way back. And again, I hope you guys can hear me. So yeah, so this looks right about where I want to start at, so I'm going to dig my blade down in. One good thing too about the GPS, even if I'm not using the automatics, is it can at least tell me how far down I have to go to get to the grade, so I'll know when I'm getting close. And you know what? Again, I feel like I started a little bit too far over. I'm gonna back up and make my cut right here. So, make my slot right here. I want to make that same mistake twice. Looks like there's a little bit of lime rock under here too, so that's gonna be fun to try to cut in the dozer. It's a lot of back and forth. As it goes with dozing in general. Woo! Alright, so another 1/10 and a quarter. I swear, these job sites in Miami are something else, bro. Like, every job site I'm on is like, it used to be a landfill or some shit. It's really just an illegal dump site. But have to do that. I gotta tell you, this is my first time running a Komatsu Dozer, and I'm in again the 71pxi. I think it's a P, or it's PX something. I'm not sure it's PXI, but anyways, man, I am really enjoying this machine. This is a great dozer, for any of y'all that are wondering. And I've run cat, deer. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Just GoPro just randomly decided to shut off, but. Oh. Whew. As I was discussing, I've only run a few types of dozers, but mostly cat, John Deere. But this Komatsu dozer is, I'm really enjoying it. We'll just leave that right there for now. So yeah, just when you're slot dozing, you typically just want to work your way from front to back. And, you know, once you get down to a good the elevation you want to be at, it'll be real easy for you to push. Again, this material is just not a good example because there's so much debris and rubble that it really kind of messes you up. But like, again, what, I don't know what's underneath there. Probably a giant chunk of concrete or something. Looks like it. Or lime rock. Come on. And those have got a pretty good bit of power, I'll say that too. Yeah, definitely a fan so far. Not, well, I'll say I'm not really a fan of how the GPS buttons are set up, but that just takes some getting used to probably, you know. Alright, see, we're almost down to grade there at about a 1/2 tenth. Yep, so the goal is just to build a pile right here, and then eventually they'll have the loader guy come over and load up the haul trucks and transfer this to wherever they want to put it. Just to get sorted through, because this, I imagine they're going to sort through all this debris, you know, and try to get the dirt out of it and the concrete. Yeah, for right now, just freehanding this, because again, if for any of y'all that have run GPS before, you know that if you can change the settings. I'm not sure what the last operator has the setting on, but basically the GPS or the blade has to be within a certain like measurement from the actual grade before it even engages. So sometimes it's like 1/4 or 3/4 of an inch, 2 inches, 3. You can adjust it, so everybody's a little different, but I think it's maybe a couple hundredths on this. I don't know if that made sense. Alright, so right there we're down to, yeah, now I engage the autos, but again, it's fighting me. Because there's, oh, yep, giant concrete chunk right there. Okay, he was just trying to come get his food. That's the so again, my dozer is over there, the D5 high track LGP, and I got in that thing yesterday, and within 5 minutes it shut down. Something about a relief pressure valve or pressure relief valve, something to do with the hydraulics. Again, that's not in my realm of expertise, so I had to call the mechanic or call my boss who calls the mechanic, and they were supposed to come out yesterday, but I ended up just sitting in my truck all day doing jack shit. That's the other dozer operator who was in here all day yesterday, but I guess today they put him on the water truck and they told me to get in here and, you know, do what I do. All right, so as we were doing, let's see here. Oh. Yeah, so hopefully this POV kind of gives you an idea of like what it's like to be in a dozer all day, and you know where I'm looking and the buttons I press. I hope you guys can all see that, because I remember when I was trying to learn, you know, I was trying to watch videos, and you know, it's cool to see obviously from outside, the perspective from outside of the cab, but you know, I feel like it's cool to have a different perspective from the operator's point of view, you know. Get a better feel for what it's like in here. 8 hours a day. Or 10 hours, sometimes more. Depending on if they let us work overtime, which I definitely need to be working overtime right now, because your boy is broke. South Florida, a lot of people always ask me, do not come to South Florida if you want to be a heavy equipment operator. I'll tell you that much right now. It is. Unless you're okay with making less than $25 an hour. It's honestly robbery, but just is what it is down here. So much cheap labor. No unions. Now we got a nice little slot going on grade, so it makes it a little bit easier to get a nice push. I don't want to push this pile too much further back because there's a road right there, so just got to kind of leave it right here. Definitely a bumpy ride in dozers. Yeah, see now we got, like I said, we got a good old slot going. It's always roughest at first when you're doing slot dozing. Getting that initial slot going, and then once you got a, you know, a good 10, 20 yards of a lane, it makes it a lot easier. And again, if you're in good material that's not freaking just straight rubble and trash, that probably makes a nice difference too. And I don't know if on the freaking Komatsus if there's a blade shake. Like on the Cats, you press a button and the blade shakes, but if there is a button on here, I haven't found it yet. Chunk of concrete down there. Dragging some rebar and concrete right here. It's probably getting caught on everything. once you, you know, you got your slot going, you get to your back to your cut, where you start feel yourself going up the ramp you created, drop the blade, and then when I get down to like right there, see it's at almost the elevation or the that we want to be at. Go a little slow. Actually, that was, I got messed up there. I went a little deeper than I should have. What the heck? Dude, I don't understand the automatics in this are not working as well as they have in other machines. It's like it wants the whole machine to be level before it engages. don't get for these off-road truckers.